Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. My name is Arnesia and today's video is going to be all about my college experience. So I graduated from Auburn University this past December with a degree in communication and minor in leadership studies. And in this video, I'm going to talk about my freshman year all the way until my senior year of college. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Accepted into Auburn University, you have to go to the orientation, which is called Camp War Eagle. So Camp War Eagle is a 2-day orientation where you have to stay overnight in a college dorm, which is so extra. If you are currently or you were a Camp War Eagle counselor, don't take this to heart, but I did not like Camp War Eagle at all. So basically, during Camp War Eagle, you are placed in a group with about 10 other incoming freshmen, and then you have your camp counselor that basically tells you all about Auburn. And during this time, you're playing games, you're basically up from the morning until night. Like, it's just so tiring and it's just so extra. And it's just a lot, honestly. It's really a lot. So I didn't like it because that's just not my personality. I just wanted to get registered for class and then just go. And it was also hard for me because I didn't know anyone when I went to Auburn. And I didn't see anyone at Camp War Eagle that I just was like, okay, I'm gonna be friends with them. Like, it just was not like that. But I actually did meet Adia, which is one of my best friends still to this day. I just did not know that we were going to be so close years on down the road. But Auburn is a PWI, which is a predominantly white institution. And when I went to Camp War Eagle, there was no one else in my group that was a minority. And it just really wasn't that many minorities there. But you are allowed to choose which session you go to. And I chose maybe the last session, if not the last session. It was the second to the last. So I'm not sure, you know, how the other sessions looked, but definitely I just did not feel like I made the right decision when I went to Camp War Eagle. So if you are an incoming freshman at Auburn and you haven't attended Camp War Eagle yet, it'll be fine. It's a very long 2 days and it's very dramatic, but definitely it's really not how Auburn is in reality. So if you didn't have a good time at Camp War Eagle, it's fine. College is going to be okay. But if you did like Camp War Eagle, power to you. You'll probably end up being a camp counselor. But during Camp War Eagle, you also register for classes. And for some reason, I just did not know much about college. I thought that college was similar to high school, so you had to take all of your social studies, your English, math, science all together. So that's what I did. My schedule was literally stacked. I had world history, some math that I don't even know what it is, but something that I wasn't supposed to be in. I had Spanish, I think. What else did I have? It was such a hard schedule. And I did that not knowing that you could literally choose whatever you wanted to choose. And I don't know why no one told me, like, are you sure you want to take all that at once? So at Auburn, you also have to test into the math class that you're going to take. And once again, not knowing anything, I thought that the higher the math that you were in, the better it looked on your transcript, and that doesn't matter at all. So during this pre-test, you cannot use a calculator and it's timed. So I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna use my calculator and test into a higher math. So I get into this math class and I walk in. I come in with my TI 84 or whatever that $100 calculator is they made me get in high school, and I'm ready to go. I sit down and the teacher was like, you can't use that calculator here. And I was like, really? Because I learned how to do everything on that calculator. So I struggled in that class. I had to basically teach myself everything, but I came out of the class with a C, which I'm very proud of because I literally did not know what I was doing. I do not like math at all, but once I figured it out, I actually like math. But no, I do not like math. But that was all about my math class. Let me tell y'all about my history class freshman year. All right, so World History 1, freshman year. Girl, I'm pretty sure my professor wrote the history book. And if you're going to Auburn, it's okay because he retired. But that was the hardest class. I think that was the hardest class I ever took at Auburn. I don't know if it's because it was so boring or what, but those exams were really, really hard. Like, you had to study, like study. So my first exam at Auburn, I made a 32. And it was so bad because no one did good on that exam, but the teacher was so upset. He was like, someone made a 32, and everybody was looking around like, who made a 32? And I'm looking around like, dang, a 32? Like, they must have really didn't study. So he passes out the grades. Girl, he was talking about me. I had the 32. I was like, how is it, like, how do you make a 32? Like, seriously, did I even put my name on the paper? Like, how did I make a 32? So class is over. Soon as I leave, I'm on the phone with my mama. I'm like, okay, so I just got my test grade back and I'm just gonna come on home and just be a rapper because clearly this is not for me. Like, my freshman year, I was literally like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. Like, I'm just not doing well. But you know what? You just have to you have to make mistakes and learn from those mistakes. So I learned that I really need to study because in high school, I didn't have to study. So I thought, it was gonna be the same. And that's just not the case at all. I really don't feel like my high school really prepared me for Auburn, if I'm being honest. I really don't think so. Because I found myself like not knowing things that I was supposed to know already. Because I could see like the students were a little ahead of me because they already kind of knew the foundation and I didn't have any foundation at all. But after that first semester, I started to, pick it up. My grades definitely increased, and, I just got it together. I made a routine. But freshman year was so much fun. I was with Adia most of the time, well, all of the time. I did start out with a group of girls that I was around, and I knew that wasn't going to work because I never hung out with a group of girls. So I just knew that wasn't going to happen. And I just found myself being out all the time, like every day during the week, and that just was not me. And I already knew that my grades weren't the best, so I just had to, get out of that. And that's one thing. If you're in college, you're a freshman in college, and you're just trying to make a name for yourself and just be around people all the time, and your grades are slipping, girl, just leave. Because either you can go out to the party or you can be at the college for 6 years because you're on academic probation. You can choose. Like, honestly, you just have to discipline yourself, and discipline comes with missing out on certain things, but you have to remind yourself exactly why you're there. So sophomore year of college is when things got a little hard for me. So sophomore year of college is when financial things just got really hard. Tuition was very expensive. I came from out of state, and I was at a point where I was going to transfer to an in-state college, and I really did not want to do that. So I decided that I was going to get 3 jobs, and I did. And I actually figured out how to get in-state tuition while being an out-of-state student. So what I did was I was working 3 jobs. I went part-time for a whole year, and I established residency in the state of Alabama, and I was able to become an in-state student. This did take a year, and it also pushed me behind because I had to go part-time for a whole year. And I was also very drained because, like I said, I was working 3 jobs and I was a student taking classes as well. But after that year, I was able to get in-state tuition, which was a blessing. Even though I was 2 years out of state, but you know, I'd rather be 2 years out of state than 4 years out of state. So I was able to stay at Auburn because I was established as an Alabama resident. So if you guys, want to know more about that, please reach out to me. I'm not sure if it's the same at other colleges or not, but I would love to share my story about how I got in-state tuition at an out-of-state college. So after that, I had to play catch up because taking a year of part-time pushed me back. So my projected graduation date was May 2020. And I was like, no, because I got here in 2014. I'm supposed to leave here in 2018. So that's what I'm going to do. So basically I took an overload of courses. So I was taking over 18 credit hours each semester, and I did that all the way up until my last semester of college. And that is not recommended at all because it's so much work. Like, it's so much work. You're taking like 6 classes, I think, something like that. And I was taking major classes, like classes for my major, like no type of electives. So it was really tough for me, but actually each time that I took the overload, I made the dean's list with a 4.0 each time. So I definitely, had my balance, had my routine together, and I was able to succeed. And honestly, the only thing that I would say that changed was definitely me being, out on the scene and going different places. I was really focused on my schoolwork because I was really trying to graduate in 2018, which I ended up doing, which is great. But I look back and I'm just like, oh, like I didn't go here, I didn't go there. But I mean, it's fine because I was definitely, with my select few all the time. So that's all that really mattered to me. I definitely met some great people at Auburn that are my forever friends. And yeah, like I don't regret anything. It was very hard to do, but it just makes me look back and I'm just like, dang, I'm strong. Like, I can do anything. So now when I'm working at my 9 to 5, I'm like, why am I tired? Because I had 3 jobs before. But honestly, it was great. It was great, and I did it, and that's all that matters. But I do want to talk about the organization that I was in while I was in college. College is a time where you should definitely get involved. Involvement on campus is very important, especially when you're looking for jobs, because sometimes when you're in college, it's not easy to have a job that actually relates to your career. So to show that you are involved on campus is very important. I honestly wasn't as involved on campus as I would have liked to been, but I believe the organization that I was in was very impactful, and it honestly has helped me a lot, like during my interviews, because people are very intrigued by it for some reason. But for 2 seasons, I was in this organization where I was able to host the football recruits that came to campus for game days, as well as other recruiting events that we had. And honestly, this was so much fun. I was able to hang out with the recruits and their families, get to know them and get to know their journey. I was also able to meet a lot of people that are involved with Auburn, and you know, it's just a great organization to be a part of. You know, it's just really nice to just talk about something that you're very passionate about with someone that is trying to make a decision if Auburn is a good fit for them or not. That's honestly something that I love to do. I love talking about Auburn. So just me being able to share my story with the recruits was just something that meant a lot to me. And to see them, the people that I hosted, to see them choose Auburn, it just made me happy, because I feel like I had something to do with it, even though I probably didn't. But yeah, I mean, it was really fun. It was very tiring. So if you're thinking about doing this on Auburn's campus, just be ready to be tired, and you don't get paid. But it's an amazing experience, and you know, if you're interested, go ahead and do it. And if you have any questions about it, just reach out to me. So my graduation day was amazing, and I'm so grateful because I was able to walk across the stage knowing where I was going to live, knowing where I was going to work. And that's honestly all I wanted, because it's so stressful trying to figure out what you're going to do post-graduation while you're still doing all of this college work. Like, it's very stressful. So if you're a college student now and you're at that point where you're starting to apply for jobs, just keep applying. Literally just put your application out everywhere. I started applying for jobs in August. So definitely just put your application out there. Make sure you get involved. Make sure your resume looks good. All of that, because it's very important. And if you don't know what you want to do, it is okay. Like, it is okay. You know, sometimes you do need a break right after graduation, like a couple of months or something. If you're able to do that, then go ahead and do it. I know I had a very quick turnaround, so I just jumped right into it. But yeah, like, if you're still trying to figure out what you want to do, like, don't beat yourself up about it. It's okay. You have been through 4 or 5 years of college. Like, you deserve a break. Like, it is fine. But yeah, so that's all about my college experience at Auburn University. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you did, just give me a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe